Hello everyone. Nice to see you all back. Last time you could answer most of the questions. That was very good part of you. Now you can see on the screen coming up a new topic, new chapter, which is very interesting also and important for us. And the topic is tissues. As you can see here, tissues. Before I go into this topic, let me give a recap of what we did in the fundamental unit of life. You are aware that when we discuss the fundamental unit of life, you said cell is a fundamental unit of life. That all living organisms, what we told you, all living organisms are made up of cells. What we said that the fundamental particle, all living organisms are made up of cells. Now this is the fundamental unit of our life. Cell is the fundamental unit of our life that we said. But you know that in unicellular in unicellular organism, what we told you that in unicellular organism, what happens? There is only a single cell which performs all the basic functions. For example, I told you about amoeba. In amoeba is example of unicellular organism. There is a single cell which will perform all the functions. What functions you are talking about? The cell carries intake of, there is an intake of food. It needs food. So there is an intake of food and what gaseous exchange and excretion. All these things are being done by unicellular organism. Unicellular organism. So what you have basically in the first unit I told you, which was the fundamental unit of life, that we are all made up of cells, and unicellular organisms like amoeba, they have only one cell, which will uni type of cell, only one cell, cellular, which will perform all the functions. Intake of food is there, exchange of gases there, we told you about the diffusion process taking place inside, and also osmosis process taking place, exchange of fluids, water, exchange of gases is going on, excretion process. So in amoeba, which is a unicellular organism, the single cell performs all these functions. But in other cases of animals and human beings, you know that you are made up of billions, millions of cells and multicellular organisms. We are what type of this one what you are talking about? Multicellular. So we are multicellular organisms. We have different types of cells which are present and they perform different functions. Or in other words, to recap what we did, I'm written here, I'm saying living organisms in this world comprise of cells. I hope you agree with that you are made up of cells. Yes or no? So you are made up of cells, that you know. There are unicellular as well as multicellular organism present in the world, that you know. That's what I'm talking about, unicellular and multicellular organism. Amoeba is example of unicellular organism, and we come to the category of multicellular organism. In unicellular organism, the only single cell is capable of performing several functions. What are the functions to survive, to live? Respiration, digestion, and clearing of the cell. So there is a food intake. Food you are eating involves respiration process, because the food is converted into chemical reactions take place, carbon dioxide, water, and energy is produced, and digestion of the food takes place. And also the cell excretion is important, because you have to excrete, and therefore the type of processes which we told you in this chapter were very clear to you. You have heard, you already know about osmosis. The fluid, the liquid, the water was going inside the cell or coming out of the cells, those processes. Then we talked about diffusion of gases. What is happening? Diffusion of gases. And you are aware of excretion. All these are the functions which are being performed by the cells. Intake of food is there, intake of food is there, and intake of gases is there, and excretion, all these processes. In multicellular organism, we can say that there is a division of labor. There is a division of labor. There are different types as well as group of cells that perform different functions in multicellular organisms. Different cells inside your body, you have trillions of cells, and different cells are performing different functions. And it's not a single cell. What happens is you have group of cells which perform definite functions inside your body. We are saying different functions in. So there are groups of cells that perform different functions in a multicellular organism. For example, in animal muscle, your muscle cells are responsible for causing movement. Muscle is not a single cell. There are group of cells, your muscles, and they are the movement which we have, how you are moving. They are being performed by the muscle cells. Nerve cells are there. What they are doing are responsible for carrying messages. The messages inside your body are being carried by the nerve cells, and signals from one part of the body to another part. And blood is, you are having a group of cells. I'm not saying a single cell, I'm saying group of cells are there. Blood is responsible for transportation of food and oxygen to different parts of the body. So in your different parts of the body, the blood is very important. What it does, transportation of food and oxygen. So multicellular organisms, most of the living things which we are talking about, and different cells, not one cell, but group of cells will perform different functions. This we already know. In the fundamental unit of life, you know that we have told you all about this. Yes or no? Do you have any doubt here? Tell me. You are aware of this?
Yes, sir.
So confident you have become so confident in such a short period of time. Are you going to top in your school? So you get preparing for it. Okay. All right. So far so good. Now this was something which we did in the fundamental unit of life. Now today we are talking about tissues. I said in multicellular organism there are group of cells which are performing definite functions. It's not a single cell, the work of a single cell. Your muscles, your blood has to give and food and oxygen to different parts of your body. Yeah, your body, you are aware of that you have a body and how much weight you are carrying, how much mass you have, and so many different parts inside your body, different type of organisms, and everything is made up of cells. And these cells need energy and food to survive. So who will give them? Who will give them? You are just eating the food. Inside the whole machines are working, and every group of cells are performing definite functions. So further you see, we are saying now there are tissues. There are tissues. So he will ask you a question straight away in the exam. Keep on making your notes because they are very important. You have notes, you have colored pens with you all the time, students. With the different colors, you make your notes so beautiful, and important points you put with a red mark, green mark, or different colors. What we are saying, tissue is defined as a cluster of cells. So there is a cluster of cells, there is a large number of group of cells which are similar in structure and work together to perform a particular function. See, if different cells are there, that means their structure is different because they perform different functions. If group of cells are same, that means their structure is same, then their function will also be same. The use of tissues in multicellular organism is to provide structural and mechanical strength, as well as to allow the division of labor. What is the purpose? You see that you have group of cells, what they will do, because they provide structural and mechanical strength. Everything you are doing, your muscles or anything, this has to have structure and mechanical strength and allow us division of labor. What is the meaning of division of labor, students? That different parts or different tissues will perform different functions. If same tissue will perform all the function, then it cannot have that much strength and mechanical strength or whatever structure you need. So there, once it becomes division of labor, they become specialized in their work, in their job. Then they can do that job more efficiently. You know, division of labor is very important, because when you divide the work and different group of cells are performing different functions, it becomes they do it because they become highly specialized. They become specialized and more efficiently they can do their work efficiently. Otherwise, efficiency will be very less. You know what we are saying. Efficiency is important. So their work efficiency will depend on division of labor. That's why there's a division of labor. So I hope you have noted down. This is a definition of my tissues. My tissues. They will ask you what are tissues. So we have to give a definition. Cluster of cells which are similar in structure and work together to perform a particular function. They are called cells. Now the second question which they ask you, what is the importance of the tissues? What is the importance of tissues, students? We are saying what is the importance of tissues? What is the importance of tissues? Why do you need tissues? What they are doing inside the body? As I said, see the first point. Note down everything. Note down everything. You make your own notes. It is very important. In exam, you have to write yourself. Formation of tissues has brought about division of labor in multicellular organism. Again and again, we are saying that you are multicellular organism. You are multicellular organisms. Now there are tissues are groups of cell which are similar in structure and work together. Unless I divide the work, the efficiency will not be that good. One tissue cell you think can perform all the functions? The answer is no. Different tissues are performing different functions. That is what we call division of labor. This division of labor is again coming. There is a division of labor, students. The work is divided and different tissue cells are performing different functions. If I ask you what is the function of the blood, what is your answer? What is the function of the blood? Tell me, what is the function of the blood? What blood is doing inside your body? What is your answer? Tell me, what is the function of the blood? Keep participating with me, keep interacting with me. What is the function of the blood? What is does inside your body? What is it doing?
Sir, it supplies oxygen,
And
transportation of food.
yes, so we have
Sir, it,
Vidhi, what?
yeah, sir, the same answer only. It transports the food and the nutrients
Yes,
to our lungs
to all parts of your
and
body.
tissues.
Different parts of your body. You have a body, you are aware of it now. Your body has so many parts. You have inside your body, heart, lungs, so many parts are there. Everything you cannot survive without, and each everything is made up of cells. You know, you have trillions of cells inside your body, and what you are eating it has to reach those cells. Now, it's of no use if they don't reach the cells. They'll will start dying. You are eating junk food, you are giving junk to your cells, and they will not survive. They will fall sick. So here, blood, you are aware, this is my blood. Blood is responsible for transportation of food and oxygen. For similar, you see the nerve cells are there. Nerve cells are there inside your body. A group of cells is not one cell, I said group of cells are there. So they are responsible for carrying messages and signals from one part of the body to another. Nerve cells. They, inside the body, the whole signals are working. How will I start writing? You know, I have to give, my nerve cell has to give signal from the mind. You know, the signal comes and I start doing my work. All this is happening inside it. And what is the importance of tissues we are talking about? There is a question in the book, question in the NCERT book, which we will give you just now. Why? What is the importance of the tissue? The answer I have written here. You are making your notes now. You are making your notes. Okay, very good. You are so good students. So you good children. I want that you should learn the things in a playful manner, and make your notes so good that everyone likes it. Different colors you use. I mean, how many colored pens you are using? Tell me how many colored pens you are using for making the notes. How many? Are you giving colored pens? If you are not, then you start doing it, because it will give a good look to your notes, and you will start remembering, because we have to write in the exams all this. First thing we told you, division of labor. Now, any doubt about the division of labor? In our ordinary life also, there's a division of labor. You see, I can't do all the works. I do different type of work, and different people do different type of work. There are skilled workers, electricians, there are carpenters, they do different type of work. So because the efficiency becomes better, people become specialized. Doctor can treat the patients, engineer is making things, etc. So all drivers are driving all these things. So division of labor is a normal thing in our everyday life, and same thing is happening inside your body. You have got tissues, they are involved in different type of functions or work they are doing. And this is why, because multicellular organism means our body is very complex. Our body is very complex, very complex. You are not a amoeba, which has only single cell and survives for a short period of time. So we are a very complex system inside our body. Tissues become organized to form organs. What will the tissues do? They will become organized to form organs, you know, organs. And organs into organ systems. You are having organs inside your body. So these are the tissues will become organized. They will organize themselves and form organs. Organs means organized. You know what is English word of organized? So organs is forming from organized. If I cut this IZD, this become organ. So you have different organ systems in the body. Workload of individual cells is increased due to origin of tissues. Okay. What does the origin of tissues helped us? Because different tissues you are saying are performing different functions. So the workload on will become less. Individual cells. If you have single cell, can it perform such a big function? Is no. So there has to be group of cells. One person can do how much work, and 20 persons can do how much work. See, there are groups of people all the time working together, teams. So here also there is a team of cells which will be able to do it. So workload of individual cell will be decreased. As a result of improved organization and higher efficiency, multicellular organisms survive. Survival is important. You know how you are surviving. You have heard about that, survive the corona pandemic. We have to survive the corona pandemic. How you are surviving? They say your immune system is not strong, you are likely to be infected more. So immune system depends on what you see inside the body. You have tissues, you have a division of labor. Different group of cells are performing different functions, and if they do not perform different functions, it is not possible. Overwork, overload. If you will overload them, they will get exhausted and tired, and what will happen? You will fall sick. So this is the reason that when there is a division of labor, there is an increased, improved organization and higher efficiency. So this is the reason you need tissues. Any doubt here? Importance of tissues clear to you? Yes, you got tissues and they are so important to us. Otherwise, we cannot survive. We have a work to do. We have a work to do in our life, and there's a need of organization, and efficiently we should be able to do the. That is only possible if you have tissues. All right. So we understood what tissues are, definition given, and what is the importance, what is the significance, what is the use of the tissues, students, in our body. Okay. Now we coming to more important point. We are dealing mostly with either plants or animals. Okay? We are what we have, either plants or animals. But do the plants or animals tissues same or different? What do you think? They have the same tissues or different tissues? What do you think? Plants and animals, they have the same tissues or they will have different tissues? They will have different tissues. Because what is the reason? What is the reason that they will have different tissues? See, plants, how the plants are growing. If you see the plants, are the plants moving? Or are the plants asking someone to give food? Matlab they are going for their food somewhere. They are searching food. Anything you see in plants. Plants grow and the tree becomes taller and taller. But are we able to grow to that extent? Can I increase my height to the height of a tree, or become so big like a tree? These animals, can the animals become so huge like trees? Then what will happen if they become so huge? Hey, like the big trees, and they will start walking on the roads. What will happen to us? So you see interesting things. And you are saying that the group of cells are performing definite functions, which you are saying with the tissues. So plant and animals tissues are different. Plants and animal tissues are different, I am saying. Why? Let us see. Let us compare their structural and functions. Do plants and animals have same structure? Do they both perform similar functions? The answer is no. Right or wrong? What do you say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that we are observing the things in our everyday life, and earlier you were observing without thinking. Now I am saying that in science now we should try to think everything that is happening around us, so that we will get answers from our science books. Very interesting things will come. Okay, so there is a plant tissue. I am saying plant tissue. So we are saying plants and animal tissues are different. Here I have given plant tissues. They are not the same. They are not the same. Plants, you grow the plant or you grow the tree, it is not going to change its position. So you are saying plant is fixed. Plant is fixed. You put the seeds and plantation starts. It is not changing its position. It is not moving. So most of the tissues are sportive. What do you need? Sportive type of tissues. What you are saying, the tissues should be sportive, that's all. In order for the plant to be stable, what is required? The tissue are stable and they provide them with strength, structural strength. You know, if a tree is not stable, it will fall down, it will break. Structural strength should be there. But we are saying structural strength. Structural strength is required. So they are fixed. Structural strength is required, and most of the tissues contain dead cells and need less energy. Interesting that most of the tissues there are dead cells, and that dead cell need energy. Tell me, if a cell is dead, does it need energy to work? What do you say? I'm saying cell is dead. Will it need energy? Yes or no? You know already. Dead bodies, do they need food? A cell is dead, then that's all. It is dead. It doesn't need. So the growth in plant is limited to a certain region. Can I grow all the plants everywhere? The answer is no. You will see that there are certain regions where certain plants grow more. So there is a region in which they grow. Some tissues in plants divide their life based on their dividing capacity. We can say two types of tissues. There will be two types of tissues, meristematic and permanent. We will see them in the next part. So plants are adapted for sedentary existence. Plants are adapted to certain things, they can't survive or exist in every type of adoption. So that's another problem. And if I compare this with animal tissue, what you are experiencing, animal tissue. What is the story of the animal tissue, students? Animals move from one place to another in search of food, mates, and shelter. So they are moving. Animals are moving. Why they are moving? Food, mates, and shelter. You have seen dogs in your colony running here and there for food all the time. They are running. Probably you don't even know. They know every house. Wherever there is a food, they are running. Because they don't have a food. They need food from other, someone to feed them needs. So they are running. They are moving in search of food all the time. There is nothing else they have to do. They have to search for food somewhere. And mates, do they have a family where they sit together? The answer is no. And shelter, what is a shelter? If you keep a dog in your home, okay. But can you keep all the animals at your home? The answer is no. So they are all the time moving. They consume more energy and most of the tissue contain living cells. Interesting. That here the tissue cells are living cells. They need more energy. You see, these animals need more energy. They need more energy and their tissues contain living cells. There are living cells. The growth in animal is more uniform. There is no difference between dividing and non-dividing tissue in animals. So you see that the animal growth is quite uniform. They are not dog. You have seen how much it grows, or any animal. It's not that they they are very. Some you can see in plants and trees. Some trees are very tall, very big, and different type of things are there. But there is uniformity in animals. There is no difference between dividing and non-dividing tissue. So there are dividing and non-dividing tissues, but no difference. Animals are adapted to actual locomotion. What happens? You start go to some other cold place from hot place. You start adopting in it. So you can adopt the animal tissues, therefore are different than the plant tissues. Sometimes they will ask question on what is the difference between plant tissues and animal tissues. So you can take notes of this important which we are talking about. The question was, are plants and animals made up of the same type of tissues? The answer is no. And the reasons we have given here, these are the reasons: plant tissues and animal tissues. And they're not the same, as you can see. Okay, you have made notes of this. Can I go to the next?
Yes, sir.
All right. Keep writing with colored pens and everything. Okay. Question is given. There is what is the difference between plant and animal tissues? It will ask you a question in the paper. Question. What are the differences? Important question for example. Between plant and animal tissues. What is the difference between the two students? So here we have given you, because it's an important question and will be asked to you. What is the main difference between plant and animal tissue? Why there is a difference? First of all, question was why plants and animal tissues are different. When I say why, this is what is the difference. Another question, two, why plant tissues different from animal tissue. Two questions you have to answer. Two questions, students. We are giving you the answers of that. Okay, coming here, we are saying there's a main difference between plant and animal tissue. Plant tissues are generally consist of dead cells, while animal tissue is consist of living cell. Very important point. Important point, students. Noted with a different color. Plant tissues are consisting of dead cells and animal tissue consisting of living cells. Note it down. Use a colored pen. Colored pen. Questions in the paper exam, it helps a lot of us to be able to write the correct answer, students. Some specific tissues are growing in plant throughout their life. Some specific tissues. Plants, in the case of plants, some specific tissues are growing throughout their life. But in animal, all tissues are growing generally. All your body, all tissues grow till you are alive. I mean, after your death, nothing exists, because you will die. Cells will die means you will die. Every day, you don't know how many millions of cells are being dying and new cells are being produced in the body. This process continues. If you are deceased, if you have a cancer, what is happening? Then the cells are dying at a faster rate than they are coming back. So what is the result of that? Survival is difficult. Next point, in animal, all tissue generally divide till the death, but in plant only meristematic tissue are dividing. Important point, students. In animal, all tissues are dividing till you die, till you die. But in plant only, there is a name which is coming. We will explain to that. What is that? Meristematic tissue are dividing. In plant only, meristematic tissues divide. Others are not dividing in plants. Organ systems of animals are for specialized and localized. So your organ system in animal are as far specialized and localized. Localized means they are specialized and localized. What is the meaning of this? In animal organ system, animal. They are specialized and localized. Specialized. Localized means they are fixed around some point. They are not moving inside your body. Your organs are not moving. They are they are almost localized. They are present at definite local positions. Their position is not changing. They are not changing. So animal tissue help in locomotion, while plant tissue help in sedentary existence. So plant tissues are helping in sedentary existence, not a very strong permanent existence is there. This is the difference. And here we have given you the second answer. What are the differences between plant and animal tissue, student? Important question for exam. So here we have given, this is my plant tissue, this is my animal tissues. I have given first You are saying cells of plant tissue have cell wall. When we told you fundamental unit of life, you were aware of there is a membrane and cell wall. What it is made up of? Cell wall. Do you remember? The wall of the cell was made up of what? Forgotten or you remember? Which material? Do you remember? Which material? Cellulose or something I told you? Plant tissues have cell wall. What is the animal tissue? Cells of animal do not have a cell wall. They do not have a cell wall. Here there is a cell wall. You see, you are making so much wooden furniture from your wood of the tree. Wood of the tree. You know about that? All your furniture is made from the wood of the tree. So some tissues are living and some are dead in the case of plants. You have living and dead cells. In the plant, in animal tissue, all tissues are living. All tissues are living. Very important difference. This has been asked in paper many times. Students, all tissues are living. This is number 2 difference, students. Now third, growth is restricted to the tips of the stem and root. Very important point. You have seen the growth of the plants and trees, plant tissues. Where they are growing, growth is restricted to the tips of the stem. Stem, they have a stem, they have a root. Root. You know the roots start growing inside the soil, under the soil. So they are restricted to tips of the stem and roots. Our growth of animal is uniform all over the body. Animals are growing all over the body. It's not that there is any stem or any root. We don't have anything like that. Further important, they are mainly of two types, permanent tissue and melismatic tissue. They are of, in our, what we are having, there are 4 type: muscle tissues, epithelial tissue, nervous tissue, and connective tissue. So what you are having? Muscle tissue, epithelial tissue, nervous tissue, and connective tissue. And connective tissue. And they are having 2 types, permanent and meristematic tissue. This tissue require less energy and maintenance as plants do not require movement. Now the plants are fixed and stationary. They are not running on the roads. Do you ever see a tree running on the road? You know, one person was saying, sir, a tree is running. Actually, the man, you know, he has tied up certain flowers and all that. And then he was running on that. But do you ever see any plants in movement? Can plants move? Can your plants move? Or someone steals them and then takes away? So no problem. Plants will be there wherever they are. There's no movement of the plants. But due to intensive body mobility, these tissue require more energy because here, you know, the movement in animal tissue is very large. The whole day these animals are moving. Mobility is very high, so tissues require more energy and maintenance. Our tissues require, the animal tissues require more energy and maintenance. Here they are not moving, they are not doing any work. So they will require less energy, very less energy as compared to the animal tissues. So what is the main function of the plant tissue? We said they have asked this question also. They said provide strength and support to the plant. The tissues will provide strength and support to the plant, or so that the plant doesn't fall down. If it is not strong, what will happen? It will break down. In the wind, strong wind blows, then what happens? You have seen that. Trees are uprooted, all the plants are uprooted completely when the strong wind blows. So basically they are providing strength and support. The tissues, plant tissues are providing strength and support to the plant. And in our case, the tissues control all functions. So many functions, whatever functions animals are doing. You have seen a different group of cells or different tissues performing different functions inside our body, blood, etc. Muscle cells, muscle, bloods, different functions. So this is the first part. There are two questions given to you. You have 2 minutes to answer the questions. Question one, what is a tissue? Question two, what is the utility of tissues in multicellular organisms? You've got 2 minutes to answer the question. Your time starts right now. After you are finished with, you will tell me. Once you are finished with the answer, you will tell me. First question, what is a tissue? What is a tissue? What is your answer? What is the answer for the first question?
A tissue is a group of cells
Yes.
organized to perform one or more specific functions.
Yes. Correct answer. Very good answer given. Very good answer. Okay, Vidhi, thank you very much for the answer. Next question. What is the utility of tissues in multicellular organisms?
Sir, in multicellular organisms, cells are grouped to form tissues. These tissues are specialized to carry out a particular function at a definite place in the body.
Very good. And you see, if you see the, I have given you a few more points about the tissues also. What are those points which we told you about the tissues? These are the importance of the tissues. They have brought about division of labor. Tissues have become organized to form organs. Workload of individual cell is decreased as a result of improved organization, higher efficiency, and multi-organism. The survival is very much dependent on the division of labor. Division of labor takes place so they are able to perform specialized functions and with more and greater efficiency. Correct answers were given by Anya and Vidhi. Very good. You are able to understand the material and you are shining students. You're doing so good and keeping I'm keeping interest alive with you so that you don't sleep. I don't sleep. We are live interaction takes place during the classes. So sometimes we are tired. We may not fall sleepy. Further, you see what we are talking about. Here, what I have shown. See the students, what is important is that plant tissues, we have given you differences between the plant tissues, we have given the differences between the plant tissues, and also we have shown the animal tissues. What we find, so here now it's clear to the screen. In the plant tissues, you can see that what we are going to do here. There you can see that these are two onions. These are the roots of the onions, roots of the onions. What is being done, there are two jars. In the NCERT book, he has given an activity. He has given an activity. What activity is given? He says 2 glass jars and fill them with water. Now take 2 onion bulbs and place them on each jar. ठीक है? As shown. Observe the growth of the roots in both the bulbs. Both the bulbs. What has been done? What has been done? So here, these are the bulbs of the onion. You know there inside the onion, if you will get a bulb inside the onion. You have seen it or not? There is a root here. So two jars, and there is a water in them. Water is present in them. What you will do? You will observe the growth of this. You can cut the roots of one and do not cut the roots of the other. Cut the roots of the one, do not cut the roots of the other. And let them stay in water for some period of time. Now the question is, what will happen? Cut the root tips of the onion. This is, supposing this is my jar A, this is my jar B. So what will you do? You will cut the roots in B. You have onion bulbs. This is an activity. In jar B, cut the roots. Not all the roots, cut half of the roots, supposing. Cut the roots. And then you observe. You will observe. So observe the growth of the roots in the bulb for few days. Observe the growth of roots for few days. Can you do this experiment at home? Tell me. Difficult, or can you do it? Take 2 glasses of jar, fill them with water. Take 2 onion bulbs and place them one in each, and you will observe the growth of the roots in the bulb for a few days. Okay? Measure the length of the roots, day 1, day 2, etc. And after 3 days, you will cut the root tip of onion in jar 2. Okay? And observe the growth of the roots in bulb jars and measure their length each day for 5 more days and record the observations. So what activity, what experiment you are doing? You are scientist now. What experiment you are doing? At home. So first, day 1, day 2, day 3. You have to, these are the onion bulb, two onion bulbs. These are their roots. You have put them in jar containing water. This is my day 3, and you will observe and measure the length of the roots and record here, record. After 3 days, you will cut, after 3 days, you will cut the root, not the complete, supposing you cut this half root of, ठीक है, in root of the onion bulb, ठीक है, in jar B. And then you again observe the changes, ठीक है, observe the changes for 5 more days. ठीक है, you can observe it. So what happens, you will cut it and observe the increase in this. You can do the experiment. So you have day 5, day 6, day 7, like this, and record the observations and what you will observe. Do the roots will be same in both the jars, or do the roots continue growing in one more than the other? So we have to find these answers. The growth of the root you have to observe. You have to observe the growth of the roots. Can you do this experiment? Yes or no? Will it be possible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you can try this. We will see you in the next class. By that time, you will give me answers of this question, this activity, what's going to happen. So we are coming to a very interesting session where we are talking about the, and you see the tissues, and the tissues of plants are different from the tissues of animals. We have given question answer session also, which you answered correctly. What is the difference? Their structures are different, their functions are different. And the group of cells in are called the tissues, which are performing definite functions inside the plants and the animals. So because these group of cells are specialized and there's a division of labor, so they become more efficient, which is responsible for the survival of the animals. So life survives because of these reasons. So here, this is our first lecture. We will continue more in the next lecture. Any doubt here? Do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, then all the best. Thanks for the participation. Your participation is always good and welcomed, and we interact so that both of us are interacting with each other, and so that we understand the material and are able to solve all the questions which are given in the book and other books also. Bye bye. See you again in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.